Hello, I'm Mayor Frank Scotto. It gives me great pleasure to tell you today about the state of our city. I'm honored to serve you as your mayor of the city of Torrance. It is a great city. It is truly a balanced city. As a resident, a business owner, a council member, and as your mayor, I've seen what it takes to make Torrance the place to be. Whether you've been a resident for 2 years or 50 years, or one who's considering relocating their home or their business here, I can name 34 parks we have, or the way we value homeownership, or our healthy economy. But ultimately, this is why Torrance is a community made up of different people who share the single goal, the continued enhancement of the quality of life for everyone in our great city. And more than just sharing a goal, is a community of people who committed to achieving this goal. Margaret Mead once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. It's the only thing that ever has." Throughout the years, I think the Torrance community has given proof to her words. Torrance citizens are the heart of the community, and as such, they have been and continue to be the impetus for change, the driving force behind the efforts to become and stay a balanced community. Today, it is my pleasure to tell you about our efforts to maintain this balance. As the Daily Breeze puts it, to coexist peacefully with a variety of components and individuals that make Torrance a dynamic and unique community. What's first on our list? In Torrance, we have the sighting of our jet-setting resident, Dorothy the skunk. Second, although we haven't discovered it yet, I think we have, at Charles Wilson Park, a direct descendant of our famous Felix the cat. I believe he was a feral cat. Even before Robin Williams brought to the big screens, Torrance brought to your screens the RV and the oversized vehicles. Although these have placed Torrance on the headlines recently, the city's distinction truly lies in its premier location, wonderful climate, active business community, quality school system, and a safe and secure environment. One can say that the community already enjoys a sound quality of life. This is true, because Torrance is a city that always strives to provide the best for its residents. It is a city that never stops working to sustain its balance and improve the quality for its citizens. Since elected mayor in June, I have shared my vision for the city. I envision Torrance to be a community led by transparent government, the leaders who listen to the concerns of the residents. I envision Torrance as a place where residents participate in resolving issues and getting involved in the civic process. It is a community whose life improves through the contributions of all its members. While it's easy to share this vision, translating into reality takes work. So since July, with my colleagues on the City Council, the city staff, and the community at large, I have taken steps to begin the process. I have proposed the following new ideas, which are already being implemented. To encourage public participation and involvement, we have changed the format of the City Council meetings. We have 30 minutes at the beginning of the meeting so residents can speak on non-agenda items. This way, they no longer have to wait until the end of the meeting to be heard. We also have held City Council meetings outside the City Council chambers. We brought the meetings closer to the community to reach out to those who do not usually make it to City Hall. We've held them at North Torrance High School Library, the Charles Wilson Park Gymnasium, South Torrance High School Gymnasium. We wanted to involve even our youth, so we introduced Students in Government Day. 8th graders were given the chance to apply for 22 spots by submitting an essay answering the question, if you could be mayor of the city of Torrance, what would you like to accomplish to help the city? Those chosen spent the day, May 1st, shadowing council members and executive staff in their jobs. Then in their roles as the council members and the department heads, the students opened a regular council meeting and conducted some of the city business for the city. It is my hope that this program exposes our youth to the vital role of local government in the community, to expose them to the career and public service, thus molding them into thoughtful youth and encouraging them to become more involved citizens later in life. To help those who already have the desire to become more involved but may not know exactly how, I directed staff to develop a Commissioner Certificate training program. The 2 sessions were held last fall, with a total of 119 participants who received certificates that were valid for 2 years. This proved my belief that Torrance wanted to be involved. They wanted to serve the community. Being on the City Council gives me the opportunity to live the true meaning of being a leader. A leader is one who serves others. As public servants, upholding the public trust should be a paramount factor in how we conduct business. To help us keep the public's trust, a Blue Ribbon Ethics Committee was formed to develop an ethics code of conduct and policy statement for the City of Torrance that will ensure that the community is served by the people who abide by the standards of integrity. Yes, integrity. Demonstrating integrity entails the practice of other important values such as honesty. In local government, a way to exhibit honesty is by having a transparent government. To this end, I propose the installation of an automated voting system, which will streamline the council meetings and should eliminate the perception of gamesmanship created through the roll call voting order that we still use. The system will establish a framework and infrastructure for future paperless agendas. With this installation in the incoming months, you will see more clearly that your local government is working for you. Working for the betterment of Torrance, which means consistently taking steps to maintain balance and restore harmony where it might have been broken, is not an easy task. It requires the commitment and coordination effort of everyone, especially in such a diverse and dynamic community. It means facing complex issues, making difficult decisions such as the one that came before the City Council a couple months ago that resulted in the oversized vehicle ordinance. It took time. It drew a lot of contentious discussion, but with a firm commitment to find a solution, we found a way to resolve it. The oversized vehicle ordinance is an example of how solutions can be found by compromising. In Torrance, we do this. We try to reconcile our past with our present needs for a continued stable future. Just look at the Del Amo Fashion Center. Along with the city, the Mills Corporation saw the changes within the community, the tastes, the needs, the lifestyle choices for entertainment, recreation, and other fun activities. And to everyone's enjoyment, in September, we saw these needs answered with the opening of the new lifestyle wing. Many of us have already enjoyed eating at the Lazy Dog Cafe, P.F. Chang's, and bowling at Lucky Strike, or just catching up on movies at the AMC theaters and shopping at the Urban Outfitters or Eddie Bauer. The good news is there's more stores to look forward to, such as the opening of Crate & Barrel this spring. The mall's revitalization and having 2 of the 3 largest Japanese automakers headquartered here can attest to the fact that Torrance is a place for businesses. In fact, from last year, from July through February, there has been 631 new businesses added and counting. For example, car dealerships continue to bring in revenue to the city by their high sales. Lexus Automotive Center is being constructed on city airport property on Crenshaw Boulevard, which is tentatively set to be completed in the summer of 2007. CarMax is also building a new facility, a dealership with service center at the site of previously occupied Circuit City on Hawthorne Boulevard and 180th. Businesses want to come to our city. I'm sure most of you can tell me what makes Torrance such an attractive option for businesses. It's because in Torrance, we recognize the value that businesses contribute to the community, regardless of their size. So besides locating here, businesses want to stay in Torrance. For example, American Honda has chosen Torrance as a site for their first Acura Design Center. The company has also shared plans for future development at the Torrance campus. Toyota also reiterated its commitment to the Torrance community. These are signs of continuous investment and commitment to the city. In light of Nissan's departure from the South Bay Area, American Honda and Toyota's commitment to Torrance is great news for us. Their decision only confirms our position that business retention is truly as important as the strategic attraction of new ones. The city's economic development team assists in the efforts to retain, to attract, and to nurture our relationships with various businesses. The team is here to assist you. In fact, the first annual business recognition event in Torrance is being planned for this fall by the city's economic development team. Keep your eyes and ears open for details about this in the upcoming months. This event will enable us to demonstrate concretely to the Torrance businesses that the city appreciates your contributions to the community. Torrance wants your businesses to succeed. In fact, we want your business to succeed very well. From my own experience as a business owner, I know that nurturing a business relationship, just like growing a business, does not occur with one event alone. It is done with daily diligence. So the city works daily through the economic development team to find ways to more effectively serve the variety of businesses in our city. Currently, we are establishing a one-stop permit counter. Upon the completion of the counter, we will provide a central location for everyone to go to meet their permit needs. So far, Torrance business community is thriving. In fact, the city's reputation as a viable option for business precedes itself internationally, particularly in Japan. The Los Angeles Business Journal noted that Torrance is home to at least 246 Japanese companies, either as subsidiaries of Japanese companies or founded by people of Japanese origin. Torrance has 44 more Japanese businesses than the city of Los Angeles, and that number continues to grow. Attracting and keeping businesses in our city is important because, among many things, they contribute to the stream of revenues, which enables Torrance to offer valuable services. And I'd like to say thank you. It's through these contributions, along with the responsible fiscal management, that the city is enabled to improve its infrastructures and to include enhancement to major arterial streets at the approximate cost of $45 million, which includes the Del Amo Boulevard extension, resurfacing Sepulveda, Torrance, and Crenshaw Boulevards, and 190th Street. With traffic in mind, we've staggered the schedules of construction. The area of Sepulveda between Hawthorne Boulevard and the west city limits will include the installation of water mains, pavement reconstruction, and overlay. Damaged curbs and gutters and sidewalks will be replaced, and traffic capacity enhancements will be performed at 3 intersections, namely Hawthorne Boulevard, Anza Avenue, and Palos Verdes Boulevard. Construction has already begun and is expected to be completed in the fall of this year. Upon its completion, the city will begin construction to enhance Torrance Boulevard from Sartori to the west city limits. Damaged curbs, gutters, and sidewalks will be repaired, and the curb ramps will be installed, compliant with the American Disabilities Act. Some pavement construction, intersections will be improvements, and the overlay of Torrance Boulevard will also be performed. 190th Street from Hawthorne Boulevard to the west city limits will also undergo improvements. Similar to Torrance Boulevard, damaged curbs and gutters and sidewalks will also be replaced, and pavement will be rehabilitated. The city is currently requesting proposals for design, and construction tentatively scheduled to begin by the end of 2007. The design contract for improvements on Crenshaw Boulevard between 182nd and 190th Streets and between Maricopa and Sepulveda Boulevard will be awarded this month. The design process will take about 1 year, and construction will commence upon completion of the other projects to avoid significant impacts on traffic. I do appreciate your cooperation and ask for your patience as we strive to improve our streets, which will make it a smoother ride for you and your employees. Many things affect our day-to-day journeys in the same way that many factors affect the journeys we take as a community towards our goal of a balanced city. Ultimately, however, the betterment of the community is a result of the generosity of its members. The city's ongoing improvement is evidence of the generosity of its citizens and other members of the community. For example, the city is embarking on an extension of the Del Amo Boulevard, which entails a cost of $30 million. Of this amount, $3 million will be funded by the generosity of ExxonMobil Corporation. I would like to commend and thank ExxonMobil for the continuing to demonstrate its commitment to the process of Torrance community. In addition, Torrance will receive from the MTA an additional $7 million. These commitments, combined with the previous allocated funds, will fully fund the